Hello and welcome to Rabbi Rashi Foundation, Need of the Hour, Chini Kam Is Tehwar, Initiative ABCD, all about COVID-19 and diabetes, specially designed for friends, family, and our connections worldwide. Ayurveda hospitals are associate in this initiative and one of the leading Ayurveda medical care in India. Ayurveda Hospitals is a NABH accredited quality award winning hospital. Dr. Zankana Butch is the Senior Superintendent and Specialist in Ayurveda for Diabetes with Ayurveda Hospitals. She's back on our show with some great insights on superfoods from Ayurveda's perspective. आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है डॉक्टर साहब.
Namaste Rashi, thank you so much. Very happy to be back here.
To start with Dr. Zankana, let's talk about diabetes and food. What does Ayurveda talk about food in regard to diabetes management? Over to you.
Yes, Rashi. So, as we spoke last time, Ayurveda has these 4 tools of Ahar, Vihar, Aushad, and Kriya. Ahar, diet, plays a very important and a significant role in diabetes management. Some 2800 years ago, an Indian physician who had elaborated about what kind of food causes diabetes, how a patient should maintain his diet and lifestyle to ensure that his diabetes is much under control. So diet has been very much right there in Ayurveda and plays an important role in managing of diabetes mellitus.
I mean, does Ayurveda say totally no to sugar? How about sugar management?
Yes, so when it comes to the causes of diabetes, it is very clearly told that 2 things that matter for diabetes. One is the quality or the type of food which is very sugary in nature, which induces a lot of kapha in the body and which impairs your metabolism, which is very difficult to digest, is something that a diabetic patient has to avoid. And the other thing when it comes is that even though the food is light, food is very easy to digest, but when taken in large quantities would do the same harm. So when considering food for diabetics, 2 things clearly to be kept in mind: quality or the type of food, whether it is very guru or very laghu, which is very easy to digest, whether it is inherently madhura in nature or sugary in nature, that has to be avoided, like sweets, jaggery products, curd, fish, non-veg, some of the bakery items which are really sticky and difficult to digest. And even though if it could be a lighter thing, but when taken in large quantity, would do the same harm.
So you are trying to tell us that a balanced diet in intervals is good for diabetes. Is that?
Yes, so Ayurveda has never told, like in the current perspective, that there should be a particular diabetic food or a diabetic menu that a patient should take. But it has very much personalized the needs of food that maintains diabetes in all 3 categories of diabetes: a kapha type of diabetic, a pitta type of diabetic, and a vayu vata type of diabetic. All of these, there are different needs for the body, different metabolic pathways through which it has occurred. So diet also has to be very much customized and personalized. So let me share with you a very recent insight which has come from American Diabetes Association and which is so much aligned to Ayurveda, is that a panel of endocrinologists, physicians, and dietitians across the world sat together and reviewed some about 600 to 800 patterns of dietary things across the world, and they reviewed the research papers. The conclusion was that there is no single magic answer to diabetes food. It is extremely personalized and one size does not fit all. So this is so much close to Ayurveda, which so many years ago had put down a way of personalization of diet, looking into the doshas, looking into the agni, looking into the weather which is outside, the various stages of diabetes, diabetic complication or a gestational diabetes. Each one has a different nutritional requirement.
That's great referral work, Doxa, what you've just mentioned. And I think this fits well in coming next to superfoods, the main topic of the day. Let's hear to your recommendations for diabetic patients. What is the ideal diabetes plate and menu for diabetes? Let's talk about that.
Yes. Ayurveda elaborates and documents a lot of dietary supplements which are well-known super foods for diabetes. There are very known low glycemic dietary substitutes like barley, millets, various kinds of grains which are easy to digest, and fruits like amla, pomegranate, turmeric, ginger. Some of these things are very well known. Vegetables like bitter gourd, neem, etc. are also known to have low glycemic index. But having said that, does this food become a superfood for me? That's a question. If Ayurveda advocates for turmeric or for bitter gourd, will that work for me? Should I start taking it? That is a question. So the difference here, Rashi, is that each of these properties of these foods are elaborated and written down. They work differently for different categories of patient. Bitter gourd may work very good for a very obese patient, young patient. Bitter gourd may not work for a lean diabetic or a diabetic with constipation. Similarly, with millets, millets are extremely drying and constipating. Though they are a superfood, millets are known to cause and bring down sugar levels drastically. But for a lady who is caring, for example, with gestational diabetes, may not be indicated to have millets. So behind the superfoods, there is a rationale, there is a logic which goes in that why this works very well for a known category of diabetes.
That's quite an insightful thing, because normally, if you have diabetes, the family members would just tell you, have Karela, have Methre, you know. But we need to understand that whether it is that is also suitable for us or not. And for that, we need to consult Dr. Zankana for sure, because I think the kind of insights you've given round a month, I think they are just wonderful. Dr. Zankana, does Ayurveda talk about glycemic index? What are the low glycemic foods according to Ayurveda?
Yes. So, glycemic index is one of the current measure which is being used to prescribe and to understand how a food which would work for a diabetes patient. Although Ayurveda did not directly quote about glycemic index, but it did talk about the gunas of food, guru dravya, laghu dravya, the way it works inside a body. That was very clearly told. What is its impact on an agni? A guru dravya, a heavy a thing which is difficult to digest, like refined flours, sugary and sweet items, which are very high in glycemic index. When it comes to its role on body, it impairs your agni. So those kind of foods in a different kind of a measure were noted in Ayurveda. And definitely low glycemic dietary substitutes like barley, millets, various kinds of ragi, for example, or those kind of little millets, old grains were documented in Ayurveda, which are known to have low glycemic index.
That suppose somebody Karela is not suitable to one person according to their whatever guns you have told us.
Yes.
So you think there are alternative medicines with Ayurveda which would help person, help them get low sugar, or maybe help them control sugar?
Yes, indeed. So as the four tools go, Aushad medicines are very much there, which are known to work on the various mechanisms of diabetes from an Ayurveda perspective. One which would be lowering the kapha in the body, stabilizing the pitta, ensuring that vayu or vata, which is causing high sugars is brought down. So the mechanism to control diabetes in Ayurveda is multifold, and based on this understanding, there are various formulations in form of decoctions, powders, juices, in forms of drinks or invigorated methods of dietary food items also which are told. For example, barley, which is invigorated with honey or vinegar or triphala, those kind of various supplements, dietary supplements with a medicinal property are also laid down. There are various gritas, ghees, which bring down the sugar. So various forms of Ayurveda medications and formulations are available which work on diabetes. To share with you, Rashi, normally we see that diabetic patients with a fear of high cholesterol, etc., they stop eating ghee. There is completely no fat, no carbohydrate. This is one big harm that patients do to themselves by totally removing out ghee, totally removing out the good fats. Ayurveda advocates that use of right amount of ghee to ensure that your tissues are nourished, ensure that the foreseeing emerging risks of neuropathy, nephropathy, which comes because of extreme vayu or tissue loss in the body, is prevented with right use of medicated ghee like formulations. So one should not abruptly cut off going by the current food fads of ketogenic diet or low fat sugars, etc. Should keep a well balanced plate with respect to six tastes, with respect to the quantity, quality of food which is told. And one very good Ayurveda principle that I would like to share with all of you, which will help not only the diabetics but everyone, is that to imagine your stomach and divide it into three parts. Keep one part for liquid food, keep the second part for the solid food, and third part leave it empty for the movement of doshas, vayu, pitta, and kapha. By doing so, you ensure that you don't overeat. You feel lighter with good digestion and good overall energy levels, which will also eventually keep your sugar much under control.
Only an experienced doctor can teach you all these things of putting your stomach into four parts and imagine that you're eating. I think this is just wonderful. And I think today I feel that our 1 month long initiative is has got the right kind of vision and mission. Dr. Zankana, this is wonderful. Be safe, wear a mask, check your sugar regularly, be active to enjoy your festivals. Do not forget to check your sugar regularly. This is the Diabetes Awareness Month, and Ayurveda Hospitals is also offering you special help and guidance. Please get in touch with Dr. Zankana. Her number and her details are available on this video.